He said that I should have known my place. It started in the conference room on a rainy Tuesday, the kind where the sky hangs low and everything feels a bit heavier. We were reviewing quarterly reports, the kind of dry routine where voices echo more than ideas. I'd worked hard on the analysis, days of reviewing data, late nights building projections, double-checking margins, and fine-tuning slides. My name was on the report. I was proud of it. But when I spoke up to offer an insight, one I knew would save the firm thousands, he interrupted. "Emily, I think you've misunderstood the direction. Let's let James finish." The room fell quiet. I wasn't mistaken. I knew the numbers backward and forward. I opened my mouth to respond, to gently correct, but he raised his hand. "You should know your place." That was it. 7 words, said with a calm voice and a polite smile. No anger, no volume, just casual dismissal wrapped in authority. I stared at him. The words rang louder in my ears than any shouting could have. He didn't just silence me, he minimized me. I had felt this kind of thing before, subtle and sharp like paper cuts. But this was no accident. This was intentional. I didn't respond. Not then. But I didn't forget. The rest of the meeting blurred. Numbness followed me down the hallway, into the elevator, and out into the cold mist of the afternoon. As I walked to my car, I played the scene in my mind again and again. Why did he think he could say that? Why did no one else speak up? In the weeks that followed, I noticed it more. His tone, his selective attention, the way he credited others with my work or excluded me from important meetings. He wasn't shouting. He didn't need to. He used dismissal like a surgeon uses a scalpel, precise, clean, and devastating. One afternoon, I overheard him tell another colleague, "She's good, but she needs to learn the chain of command." I understood what he meant. I was a woman in a male-dominated field. I had confidence, not arrogance. I challenged ideas when necessary, not people. But in his world, my voice was a threat to the hierarchy he guarded so closely. I didn't complain to HR. I knew how those stories often ended. Complaints went into folders and meetings were held, but the outcome rarely changed the power dynamics. So I made a decision. If I couldn't rise in their system, I would build my own. It started quietly. I began consulting on the side, small projects for local businesses and nonprofits. I stayed up late again, but this time it felt different. I wasn't chasing approval. I was designing something that didn't require it. Word spread. Clients appreciated the way I explained complex strategies with clarity. They trusted me. I didn't interrupt. I didn't dismiss. I listened, collaborated, built. Within a year, I had 5 consistent clients. 2 more reached out through referrals. I built a small team, diverse, curious, hungry to create. We worked remotely, met in coffee shops, co-working spaces, parks. We had no boardroom, but we had trust. When I finally handed in my resignation, he blinked in confusion. "You're leaving?" He asked. "Yes. We've invested a lot in you. Is this about a promotion?" "No," I said calmly. "It's about respect." He leaned back, searching my face for a reaction, some crack in the armor. "You've got talent, Emily, but you should know your place in this industry." There it was again, the phrase. He didn't even realize he'd repeated it. This time, I smiled. "I do," I said, "and it's not here." Building a business wasn't easy. There were moments of doubt, late invoices, client losses, sleepless nights. But I kept going. I remembered how it felt to be silenced, and I turned that memory into fuel. We expanded, from 5 clients to 50, from side hustle to full agency. I hired women, people of color, parents returning to work, young talent looking for a chance. I didn't need to be the loudest in the room. I just needed to build a room where voices were welcome. 3 years later, our firm was named one of the fastest-growing small businesses in the region. We won awards. We landed partnerships with national brands. I was asked to speak at conferences, the same ones he used to attend. And one day, after a talk I gave on inclusive leadership, he approached me, gray at the temples now, but with the same air of authority. "I saw your presentation," he said. "Impressive. You've really built something." I nodded. "Thank you." There was a pause. "I didn't expect this from you," he said. I met his eyes, steady and calm. "Well," I said, "I guess I knew my place better than you did." He didn't respond. He didn't need to. I walked away, not out of anger, but out of clarity. I wasn't seeking revenge. I wasn't proving a point. I was simply standing in the place I had always deserved. When people think of injustice, they often picture dramatic scenes, confrontations, and grand gestures. But some of the most damaging moments are quiet, routine, socially acceptable. A comment in a meeting, a credit not given, an invitation not extended. What he said that day wasn't about just me. It was about a culture that values control over contribution, hierarchy over ideas. But I learned something far more important. I didn't need permission to lead. I didn't need his approval to rise. I didn't need a seat at his table when I could build my own. Now, when I mentor young women entering the business world, I tell them this. If someone says you should know your place, say yes. And then choose it for yourself.